Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be rewiring the trailer lights on the boat. But first things first, I got some lights that went out, so I ordered a whole new thing of lights. And I'm also going to be adding backup lights. And so right now I just have the old 4-pin wiring for the trailer lights. But we're going to be upgraded to a 7-pin. And we're going to be putting a 5-wire harness in the trailer. We're going to be taking the old wiring out, and I just got some wire loom, to kind of make things look nicer, make it look a lot more factory-like. But so my new tail lights that I got for the boat, they do have backup lights on them, reverse lights. So that's what the 5th wire will be for instead of the conventional 4-wire. But so we'll have just your regular brake lights. We'll have turn signals, tail lights, just the normal. Then we'll also have reverse lights. So going with the 7-pin gives you that option. And my tail lights have the reverse lights built in, but you can also add your own lights. I know a lot of people put those bright LEDs, back there so they can really see at night. But I just decided to go with the tail lights that have the reverse lights built in, just to make it look more factory. I actually got the idea from my dad's boat. He has a brand new 2022 Allison, and that's how they do the new ones from the factory today. So I thought if I was going to modernize it, I'd make it a little bit more like the new ones are. Alright, so you may have noticed that this trailer wiring kit that I bought isn't actually a 5-pin, so it doesn't have that 5th wire we need for the reverse lights. I went ahead and just bought a conventional 4-wire trailer wiring kit. It's 25 foot long. That's plenty long enough for this boat. But the reason I went with the 4 is because I couldn't find a 5-wire kit anywhere. And I could find some online, but they were a lot more expensive. And I just wanted to pick everything up locally. So the reason I went ahead and got the 4 is because we're going to be taking off the actual plug. So we're just going to be using the wires to wire up the lights. And then we're going to be wiring our wires into our 7-pin connector. So I'm going to take some extra wire I have, and that's what I'm going to use to wire my backup lights to the 7-pin and to the reverse lights on the tail lights. So first things first, we're going to get the old wires removed out of the trailer. What I'll actually probably do is cut them off the plug and cut them off the lights, and then I'll probably just tape the new wires to them. That way when I pull them out, it'll pull my new wires through, and that way I don't have to try to fish those wires all the way down the trailer, so it'll make that a little bit easier. And lastly, I bought some of this wire loom to put around the wire, and it'll go in the actual 7-pin itself, so you won't actually see any of the wiring. You'll just see this wire loom, and it'll just make things look a lot neater and a lot more factory. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to have a white wire, and this is going to be your ground most likely. That's just kind of the standard color pattern for trailer wiring. And then the green and brown is going to go to the right side of your trailer. Yellow and brown is going to go to the left side of your trailer. So the brown is just for your tail lights at night, running lights. And then the green and yellow are going to be your actual brake lights and your turn signals. Okay, so real quick, I'm just going to demonstrate real quick to you guys how to take apart the 7-pin and how to wire it. But what you're going to need is just a screwdriver. So just put your Phillips head in, and we got to take out this bigger Phillips head screw right here. And we're just going to separate the 7-pin. Alright, so take that out. And then, oh, that's a little key pin. Okay. So then there's another little Phillips head right here. I have to switch bits. Get a little bit smaller one to take it out. So I switched my Phillips head to this tinier one, and now I'm going to take it out. Okay, set that right here. Okay, so now I've got both of the Phillips heads out, and so as you can see, this top part should just come straight out once you take that screw out. this is what you need right here. You need to get this piece out. All right, so once you have this part out, I don't know if you can see or not, but let me see if I can get this close to the camera, if it'll focus. Those little letters right there, I don't know if you can read those. That one says AX, that's auxiliary. This is TM, that's your tail lights. You know, it's just all labeled on here. And I have checked it with the diagram. This diagram right here, and it matches exactly what the diagram says. And it's actually got like a little groove down here in the bottom. And this has 2 grooves, but this groove doesn't go all the way through, and this groove does go all the way through. So you can't put it in here wrong. It has to go this way. So if you check this diagram and it matches your vehicle, then you should be good to go, just based off these labels. You can wire it based off of this. And but I would recommend, since there are 2 standards for 7 pins, I would recommend checking your vehicle and like what your specific outlet shows the outputs as, because some of them are different. So make sure you check that out before you start wiring. But basically, wiring is super simple. You know, you're just going to take your wire, and the simple way to do it is to just unscrew one of these and then wrap this wire around that screw and then tighten it up. But that's what most people do. That's the easiest way to do it. But what I like to do is actually take one of these little ring terminals and put it on my wire, you know, crimp it on there. And then you can put this ring terminal around one of these screws and screw it down. And then you don't have to worry about it just pulling out from the screw if it's just wrapped around the screw. Obviously it could pull out of the crimp, but you know, if you have a good set of crimps, maybe heat shrink them on there, if you know what you're doing, that should last a lot longer than just wrapping your wire around the screws. And you're going to want to run your wires through the back of this 7-pin. Obviously, don't forget to run them through this before you wire them to here, because you're going to have to put this on, and obviously the wires are going to need to go through here. So don't forget about that. But you're just going to put this back on there, and then put your little screw in here and your big screw in here. Don't forget this little key piece that goes in here before you put your threads back in. And that's how you wire a 7-pin. Alright guys, so I finished wiring up the 7-pin, and that's how it turned out. The loom looks really good on there. It makes it look very factory, like it's supposed to be like that. And I added this little thing here that I got from Academy. It's just this little protector and a holder, and you know, it just kind of clamps down on it right here, that way it doesn't fall out, and it fits in there real snug. But it's just a protector from the trailer, just sitting there, you know, to keep dust and rain and whatnot out of it. But so yeah, I think it turned out good, and it has plenty of slack, you know, to go to the truck. And I tested it out, make sure it has enough room to turn all the way and all that. But so like I said earlier, I ran all the wires down the trailer, and then I ran the ground to right here. This is where my ground screw just is on my trailer. So I have a brown wire and a yellow wire running all the way to the back, and that's for my tail lights and my brake light and my turn signal. Same thing on the other side, except I have a brown and a green, just like we talked about earlier. But I also ran 2 extra wires that I had, just 2 old long wires that I had, and I ran them one on each side, and then I connected them together right here. And then I just had 1 wire that goes into the 7-way, but they're connected together, so those 2 wires are connected, and they both go to each side. And that's going to be for the reverse lights. I haven't got the new lights in yet. Those are going to be here tomorrow. I ordered them on Amazon. But so you can see I just kind of got the wires hanging out. I got a bunch of extra slack just in case. I didn't want to not have enough when the new lights got here. But so when those get here, I'll get those wired up and I'll show you guys that and we'll be done. Alright guys, so I got the lights here. They just came in from Amazon today. So first up, I got these right here. These are from Parts AM off Amazon. I'll have a link to all this stuff in the description, by the way. But these are going to be the tail lights with the reverse lights in them. So I'll show you guys this real quick. Just real simple packaging in the box. There's a set in here, by the way. There's two, one for each side. They were $33 for the set for just this. But as you can see, they're red around the outside, and then the center is just white, you know, like chrome lights. So the red's going to be your turn signal, your brake light, your running light, and then the white in the center is going to be for your reverse lights. Okay, so the next up, right here, from True Mods, also off Amazon, these are going to be my four 2.5-inch round side marker lights. There's 4 in this pack. I think it's $25 for 4. 2 of them are the yellow amber lights, and 2 of them are the red side marker lights. And they're all bags as well. And that's what they look like. These are the 2.5-inch. And then, you know, it comes with a little wiring harness for each light. So there's 4 of them in here. It's got the plug that plugs into the back of the light, and then your positive that goes to your running lights wire, and your ground, which will ground to your trailer. And I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in the video, but these are going to have to splice into your brown wire on your trailer on both sides. So this is going to need to go to your brown wire for your running lights. So I'm just going to use a T-tap for all of these and just T-tap into that brown wire. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I already got the lights in on the other side, but I thought I'd show you how to install the lights real quick on this side. I gotta hurry because it's about to rain, but so what you want to do is take the light out of the rubber grommet. So I've separated these, they just pull out. Same thing with the bigger light, you just pull it out of the rubber grommet. And then what you're going to want to do is put the rubber grommet in first. And I'm not going to show you on here because it's kind of a pain, but there's like a little lip on this rubber grommet. And you just kind of have to work your way around and like put it on there. And then once you get the rubber grommet on, the light just snaps into place. But so I'm going to go ahead and get these two on real quick and snap the lights into place. I'll just do a time lapse so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. And then we'll get them wired up. Alright, well I'm going to go ahead and get started wiring these up. It's pretty simple, you know. We've already kind of talked about the wiring. So you just want to take your 4 wires, find your ground, and these don't come with directions, so you just got to test and see which wire goes to which. And I'm not going to tell you which color goes to which because it might be different with your set of lights depending on what brand you get. But I would just hook these up, you know, test them with the different wires before you permanently connect them, and see which one's going to be which. And then for all your circular lights, your white is going to be your ground, and then your other wire will probably be black most likely, and that's just going to be your positive that's just going to tie into your brown wire or your running light wire. So you just want to tie that into your running lights for all of the little circular side marker lights. And so that's it. I'll wire these up and show you guys how they look when we're done. Alright guys, well that's it. The trailer's done. I finished the wiring, finished up wiring the lights, and I think everything turned out great. I really like how it looks. The lights are very bright. Here at the end of the video I'll have like a little clip showing you guys the reverse lights at nighttime, but so you can see how bright they are. But all in all, I think it turned out great. It was very inexpensive, and it made the trailer look a lot better, and it fixed my problem of having my taillights that were out. So now I'm legal again, so that's good. But all in all, I bought all of the wiring stuff that you see here that we talked about at the beginning of the video for less than $30 at Harbor Freight. And the taillights were off of Amazon. They were $33. And then the round side marker lights, those were $25 for all four. So I'll have all of that stuff linked down in the description so you can see and buy it for yourself. But thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already, like the video, and thanks for watching guys. I'll see you guys next time.